high-speed games out there and go into a more of a mellow game here today. Let's put it. I mean, I always like fishing, and I think there's a lot of people out there that appreciate and love fishing. And yeah, some people out there sitting in their living rooms, or maybe in a hospital bed, or somewhere, somewhere where they just want to. They're just chilling out and don't want to watch anything of these craziness that are going on in the world nowadays, and just want to watch somebody do some fishing and some techniques and stuff like that. It's a great game to watch. So I hope you guys enjoy. Let's see where we're at here. I'm just getting going here and making sure that everything's working because this is basically doing a live broadcast here on YouTube today. But later on it will be uploaded and you guys can watch it as many times you want to over and over. And don't forget to give a thumbs up out here because it's very important and we need it. We need some. No, we really need the support out here as much as we can. Let me see. I'm trying to get I just had to do one thing here. I had to fix. So just hang in there 1 second because I'm doing this live. So we're gonna go starting. We're gonna get I'm gonna show you the baits I got, the stuff that I got. I'm gonna be looking for tarpons today. That's right, tarpons, and some other kind of fish out there. But mainly, I'm gonna be targeting. See if I can target some of the tarpons and those kind of nice big fish out here. I'm just trying to get something going here. Trying to get my thumbnail out there. All right, and save that. Okay, I think I'm good with that. I don't think I have. I just want to make sure that my tags are okay before I do anything here. So hang on, just here I'll let you be looking at this as here's what you need for tarpon. What I use for tarpon is hang on a second. I use where is it? Right there. Those major poppers too, and those are the basic ones. Those are the basic ones that I use for the tarpon ones. But there's some stuff here I want to explain to you about when we do the tarpon fishing that you need to be aware of. And if you don't have it in play, you're going to have a hard time with the tarpons. The tarpons can get large, quite large, and they can make a mess out of your stuff. So let me get going here. Just want to make sure that I'm broadcasting here, and I can hear my voice coming out and everything's good. So we can get on. Actually, I had the wrong. I want to pick this one. I got the wrong one. I got the wrong lure there. Yeah. Where was I? Just was there. Okay. I'm gonna take the. I keep putting the. Problem is, the problem with me is that I do a lot of this fishing on the PC, and when it comes to doing it, I gotta get used again to the PlayStation controls. Alright, there you go. Trying to get the blue one. Change it up to a blue one, and we're gonna go into the details of this. Just let me make sure that this is broadcasting okay before I get out here and do this stuff. Just make sure the voice is going out here. Tells of this. Just let me make sure that this is broad. Okay, we're good. We're good. All right. What you need is you need a heavy rod. Some of these tarpons can get quite big. All right. Tarpons, man, they go up there like a couple 100 pounds they can get to. I've actually I caught tarpons before, and I used to live in the Florida Keys, and I used to catch them out there. Tarpons, basically, they're like a fish that you'll see them a lot of times in the afternoon. Not in the afternoon, like in the early morning, late evening. Sometimes you'll see them. And there's actually a couple of bridges out there that you can go fishing in the Florida Keys. I don't know about now because usually these fishes sometimes these bridges get kind of like outfish. People catch just way too many fish in those areas. But there you can see them there early in the morning, and then you'll they reappear back in the evening again, and that's basically the way they did their stuff. But you need the what I'm using here on this one here. I'm using the 70-pound drag, so I'm using the big heavyweight. I'm basically using a winch. It's like a winch, and I got actually my line is 31 to 72-pound line on here. I don't want to lose a tarpon, and of course I got that bobber, and then I got the like I said, the drag is a 70-pound drag, and the rod. Well, actually, that was the rod. Actually, the rod is the 70. Let me see. Yeah, it can use up to about 72 pound. Uh, you can use a line, about 72 pound line on there. The line that I have on there now. Let's see if I can see it now. Hang on a second. I'm trying to see my line. What is it that I have there? I have now a 69 pound test on there on that line. So that's what I got. So anyway, I got 60 pound test line on there. I got the heavy rod. I mean the heavy reel. Actually pin reels, like a pin reel. And that one is a 70 pound drag on that. And then the rod is up. Of course, it goes up to as high as 72 pounds. So I got everything is heavy duty. Heavy duty stuff here. When it goes to tarpon, you don't play around. Of course, I got the rest of the other gear in case I need it out there. Let me see if I show you the rest of the inventory. And some lighter rods. They're not as heavy as that one. And some of the simple. And then I got some simple stuff out there. Really light. The stuff that I won't even use on there. So here we go. Let's go out to the map. And we're going over to that Blue Crab Island. Is where we're going. Okay. This is where you're going to catch tarpons. All right. Now there are Everglades. I believe you can catch still tarpons there, but Blue Crab Island is the place to catch the tarpons. All right. So that's where you're going to catch a lot of the tarpons there. And if you get lucky, you get a couple of them big-sized tarpons on there. So this is where we're going to be heading to. I am set to go, I think, on everything here, licenses and everything. So I'm going to be heading over there to the Blue Crab Island. Alright, here we go. Just head out there and see how the situation develops over there today. I like the fishing. Like I play a lot of games, different type of games, but a lot of times I'll go and I'll do the fishing game. Kind of relaxes you. You can't get you know you just cannot get out every day. You know, every weekend you can say and take your fishing gear and go find a spot. And if you got a boat, take your boat out. And if you got a boat, it can get expensive. Fishing nowadays, you know, the fuel, the tackle, the supplies that you need to take out, you know, all the stuff you need out there. And the bigger the boat, the more expensive you got. You know, I mean, I wish I was one of those millionaires out there that I can have one of those big giant boats, and I'll be, oh man, I'll be going out there every day just about. Alrighty, hang on a second. Got a little thing that just came out of my computer here, and I want to make sure it's not turned on. It's going to slow down my broadcasting. Alright. So, this is a live broadcast, and the live broadcast has not changed, which I find interesting. It may have cut off my broadcast, which I'm not happy about. So let me see if it's gone there, which I find interesting. Alright, it may have. I don't know, it was just like a minute there, it just seemed to have stopped there. Alright, let me see. I usually come to fish. Well, I'm going to be using the boat. Alright, that's what I'm going to be on here. So, cut off my broadcast. Oh, I see what I did. Alright. So I'm going to go on the boat out here. Oh, let me go back, because on this one here, there's people on here. You can fish with other people, but there are times they can get a little obnoxious, you know. And the best thing I do is when I go fishing. When I go fishing out there, if I want, sometimes I'll do it. I'll go out there and you know, and there's a couple of people fishing around. That's pretty cool, as long as they're cool. But when I'm gonna do like a broadcast like this, I just rather just go out there just by myself. And just be like in a private room. That way you guys can see what I'm doing and all this other stuff without interference of other people just running around. Alright, so let me go here. Alright. Let me, okay. I keep pressing the wrong button. Alright. Let me go to hang on. Alright, I want to go over to the new private room. Alright. And then hit the box. And we should go into that one. That way you don't have the interference from all these people messing around. You see, there's nobody there now. Okay, great. And here you go. Now here's the thing about it. You can take the boat, or you see that pole out there. These poles out here. These well, actually like dead trees sticking out of the water. Uh, this is there's one right here. You can barely see it. Right. I'm gonna try to get this right on it. It's right around there. You can barely see it because of the shadow from. I'm not the shadow. The reflection of the weeds from the trees from the background. But it's right there. Right there. You can see it. It's right in that same spot, and that is right around where you want to cast off if you're going to do some tarpons. All right. You're going to probably catch some tarpons here. All right. What I do is I take the boat out there because sometimes the tarpons start moving around. All right. And that if you're on the dock and you don't have a boat, that's a good place to catch tarpons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get on my boat here. Let me head on to the boat. All right. Why am I on there? It's like I'm ready to cast. Oh no. Yeah, let me get on the boat here. Okay. I'll take the boat out here. Okay. Hang on a second. Make sure the anchor's okay. Everything is set to go. Alright. I just want to see something here. Where in the hell did it go? Oh man. Wait a minute. No, not on this boat. Doesn't require. There's an anchor on there. What the hell did I do wrong? Let me go back. Yeah, I don't play this one too much on the. Close that up and go back. Oh, I know what it is. Oh, no wonder. Hang on a second. It wasn't making sense to me. Alright, now we're good to go. I say, what the heck? I just promise I'm confused with the sound. It's got me confusing because I know what the engine should I should hear. The thing is I don't have it. I don't have the volume on. So I'm gonna come around here and look at the map. Oh, I didn't target. I didn't. What you want to do is. There you go. I'm just gonna go out there. Now you get the little motor up there that helps a lot. Alright, and here's what I was gonna say about the tarpons. Alright, if you're on a boat and you don't have this little electrical motor, you're gonna have problems with the tarpons because if you put the anchor down and your fishing rod is not strong enough, you're gonna bust the line, and that's gonna be the end of that. And if you're on a small boat, a canoe or just a small boat, and you throw it out there and you don't put the anchor down, it's going to drag you around, but you may have a chance of actually winning. The thing about having the motor there, it's an advantage because if you catch, I don't drop the anchor when I'm going for the tarpons. I just know I'm not going to do it because I end up breaking the line. So I'll leave it like that. If I want to move somewhere, I just move it around anywhere I want to go, left, right, whatever I want to do. And then what I do is, let me get out here because actually I'm in the wrong place. What I do is, once I catch a tarpon, I start following the tarpon and kind of try to lead it into shallow water, into one of these closer to the mango trees there, as you want to call them. All right, and see if you can, try to get it because if it's a big tarpon, it can still break your line and do all kinds of stuff. So, hang on, because I got the wrong. Let me change the lure is the one I got to change. There you go. I want to put that one on there. Let me change the lure on there. I don't see the big splashes out here. Usually the indicator of what's tarpon is when you see the big splashes. Now behind me there's some splashes here. Let me see if I can turn this around. A good spot that I found for the tarpons has been up here. What I do is just the angle you're going to go fishing on here. So it's early morning. There may not be too many tarpons right now here. But they'll come in. They won't spend a lot of time though. You only have like a couple of windows to get the tarpon. Alright, so what I do is I come around here, and then towards that, like I tell you, there's there's that 1-3 sticking out of the water. And around there, then what I'll do is, let me back up a little bit here. Now those splashes could be tarpons, but I think the tarpons are going to be mostly here. Let me try out, see what's out there. I'll put the line out there. And of course, you're going to have to manipulate this guy around a little bit. Alright. Oh, I had something in there for a second. What's this thing inverted? Okay. Okay, and I get the right speed, but I get it the wrong time. Okay. Let me shorten a little bit of the drag on there. What the heck? Why is it not going up? This doesn't make any sense. No, I'm not talking about the drag. My controls messed up here. What is that? Anyway. I lower the drag down just in case. But what I noticed, there it is. I was trying to get the speed of my... Okay. There it is. Try to get to at least number 2 there. There you go. Oh, good hit. That was a good hit. And we didn't get it. Good hit, but... I don't want to slow it down too much. Usually when you're around 2 on the speed, you're okay. Now you can use the live bait. I'm not set up for live bait. So what I'll use is the these pop-up poppers. What are they called? Oh man, I just had them. There's something out there trying to jump down on that. Let me see if I can move the motor a little bit that way. Like I said, I don't expect the tarpons to be out here this time. Yeah, just over their heads, a little short from them. Let me try to get a little closer. I don't think those are tarpons. Those could be the what's these called? The bonefish or something else out there. See if I can get closer with it to them. If you're playing this game, look for the splashes, because that's where you want to cast off if you're doing any kind of lures. Okay, there you go. Right there. Pretty good sized splashes on there. Oh, maybe I'm in the right spot. That sun's not letting me see right. It was good speed and everything, but they didn't go for it. Let's see if they're on this side now. Don't see the splashes there anymore. This is where your tarpons are going to be at. But right now, I don't believe there's tarpons at this time. What you're going to have is probably the bonefish and other kind of fish out here. Oh, I didn't get that on this. Oh, I got it wrong. I took too long to put it into speed. I'm looking for splashes, so I'm not concentrating on what I was doing. Look for the splashes. Right now, this is kind of dead on this side. I don't see splashes on that side. Let me see, where is it going? There it is, splashes right here. Okay. Yeah. I'm a little rusty because I haven't played this in about 2 months. Oh, oh, okay, we had him. Do we have him? Oh, I think we had him there for a minute. Yeah, we had him there for a minute. Maybe a Snook. Put that rod down in the water. It's kind of fast. The problem is also I play there's another fishing game that I play out there. Uh, Pro fishing or something like that. It kind of controls got me a little whacked out today. Kind of, because the other ones are a little different. There we go. It doesn't stay on two. Let me change over to the other lure. Where's my other lure? That's rods. I don't want to change the rods. I want to change the lure. Let me. Dang it! Really screw up with the controls today. This is the one I'm using for the controls. Well, look. I thought it was this one. Yeah. I keep pressing it, doesn't do anything. Alright. No, I know this is a night. This is basically a night lure, but it actually works pretty good in the daytime. Somebody will use this mainly at night. It's gonna probably be a little short on the cast. But if that's Snooks out there, maybe I'll get there. That's basically stop and go. I think that follow it. Not to worry. I might have to increase the speed on it. Okay, let's see what it does now. I'll change it probably to a spoon. This one is okay, but the spoon may do better on there. Let me go see if I have brought a spoon. Change it to this spoon here. So light. It's gonna be light, but it'll still cast it off. I got a heavy line on there. Right. Let it go down a little bit. Not too much speed on it. No, those might be tarpon right there. Some big. So I'm gonna have to bring back my little popper there. Still, the water's kind of cold. It's not the right. It's not ultimate temperature right now. I'm just kind of early fishing here. Let me check something on the time. Yeah, you see, the best time to fish here is going to be like from 5 o'clock to around 7, 6 o'clock. Right now, I'm kind of like on a downhill. I might end up moving the time on it. Let me go back. Try this other, the black one does pretty good sometimes. Yeah, the time here is kind of, it's in kind of like a good temperature, but it's not like a really great temperature on there. You gotta, possibly I might have to move the time up to 5 o'clock. Alright. Maybe even move to another location also. There's another location. Sometimes this location it does pretty good a lot of times, but sometimes it just, you'll see a lot of splashes, but you won't catch anything. Yeah. Yeah, splashes are really hit and miss today. You see, let me see. This one's following up. That looks like a tarpon right there. I almost had him, almost had him. Whatever it was, I almost had him. Let's see. Got that low flying plane. I got the right speed, but once you passed him, I got him on the right. You know, I passed him and I got the right speed for it. You see what I mean? It's like it's not a constant splash. You could say, yeah, well, they're out here. It's like they come in like 1 second and then they leave. So right again, we lost everybody here. Here they're back again. And it's almost like you gotta time it right. It's like kind of stinks. That's why it's good to have the live bait around. When you see this kind of problem, where they're coming and going, the lure's okay, but it may be I don't have the live bait rods with me. Anyway, oh, almost had him right there. Alright, almost had him, almost had him. I don't think this might be a tarpon. Tarpons usually will go for it, and you'll end up catching them right away. But these other ones, this might be something else. Okay. It is not doing good today. What if they changed this around? By now I would have had about 5 fish. Maybe not tarpons, but I would have had just about anything. That's not my level on the fishing game. On PC, I'm like, at least 50 something. I'm just about finished. I'm almost done with all. I think I only have like one more place I haven't visited, somewhere in Russia or something. Yeah, I don't know what's on there, but I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get on the. Let's see here. Yeah, second. And I'm gonna drive off all over there to a little bit to the front there. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna drive off and see if we can see him on the other place. Sometimes they're down this other end. There's an area right here. Sometimes they would be here. No, people would like to. I see a lot of people fishing it from here. I passed it or not. The sun's in my eye. I can't see. I can't see anything there. I should be close to it. Yeah, what people do is they actually bring in they will take their boat and they'll kind of wedge it in there, in between these there's actually an island there in front of those other bushes. These are mango trees. They're not mango trees like they grow mango the fruit. They call them mango trees. Okay. Right, so it's not the same kind of mango. But I don't see splashes here. Yeah, I don't see nothing here. Yeah, you see right there in that area right there where that's kind of hole there? It looks like a hole. People, it's kind of shallow. People get off the boat and they'll fish off of there. And you can catch some fish on there. I'm gonna head back. And I'm gonna have to probably move the time. Yeah, see if I can move the time. I may have to cast off. I may have to park before I can move the time. Let me go back over there and I'll move the time. That's a good thing about having this one. You can get around. I ran over a duck, or carrying the duck here with me. Alright. Alright. And let me see if I can get the time moved out. Hang on there. Come on. Come on. I get used to this controls again. No. Where's the time? It's been a while since I messed with this. I don't want the map. I want the time. And it should have been this one. I don't know why it's not working. That's the lures. It should have been when I did that. Or did I mess with the buttons? No, that's not the time. Oh, come on. Yeah, I'm almost sure that was the time on this control. Just hit the button and the time up here. And now I see it doesn't do that. Great. No, it's not the one. Damn it, I want to go to the settings to find out where's the time. I don't know if maybe I moved the settings to advanced time. What the hell is it? Did they take it out? Huh. I wonder if they updated this game. Wow. I don't see it under control anywhere. I wonder if they took it out. Cause you'd be able to move forward in time. There it is, forward in time. How can it be the box when the box sends you right back to the game? What the hell? That doesn't make any sense. Maybe it is. Let me see. What do you know? Alright. Let me go up to 5 o'clock here. Alright. We'll move to forward. Now we should see some tarpons there. Let me I want to move a little forward. Kind of too far off. Now the tarpons may end up coming still not right. No, not right now, but actually a little later. But just in case they're here, I'm going to start casting off here. That's a bad cast. Hit that button again. Okay, here we go. Cast between all these poles here. Alright. They're good speed. But they may not be here. Okay. Seems like something was following. There he is. That's probably a tarpon. Oh. Oh, man. I didn't see that. Unbelievable. I lost the tarpon for something so stupid. I lost the tarpon because I had the drag was too high. I thought I changed the drag on here. That pisses me off. That was a tarpon. Let me go back. Get on the redo the rod. There. Where is that rod? Yeah, I lost the tarpon. I was just dumb. Oh, wait a minute. I know what happened. Wrong rod. I had the wrong rod out. That's why I lost the tarpon. I said that didn't make any sense because I thought I fixed it. You see, if I would have lost the gear, everything would have been gone there. I mean, all the lure would have been gone. But you see what it says one is red? That had the wrong rod is what it was. Because when I was messing around with the button looking for the time, and then I messed thing up, I ended up changing the rod. Okay, let me go back. Whatever, that was just terrible. Let me go back, pick up the other rod. That's I believe it was F3. I think it's 3. Yeah, I messed up on that one. Had the wrong rod. That's why I say, well, how in the heck could I have lost that? It's usually on this reel I don't lose them. And I got the drag on. Let me lower the drag. Usually I have it like in the middle. Here's where I have it. That didn't make any sense. Yeah, that was a tarpon that come on. They got on there, but right away he just busted a line because it just doesn't have the strength for that. I think the drag was probably too high too. Let me go up that way a little bit. Usually the ones on this side, they're not going to be tarpon. They're going to be like bonefish. Tarpons seem to be only popping up around here, this area right here. I caught him casting off this way. Ah, almost had him, almost had him. That was a good strike on there, but not quite good enough. That's what I hate about this lure. You gotta keep messing with it, it doesn't stay stable. And you gotta play around so many times with it. That's why you're probably better off using live bait. I haven't been able to use live bait. I keep changing things around this game, and you have to go up and get a lot of bucks, you could say, just to buy the gear for it or move them to the heck of a level. And I can put it on other. I can get a live bait on the other rods. It's just it's gonna break the rods. Or you can be all day long trying to bring it as hard. Yeah, I'm kind of wasting my entire day just going after that tarpon there. But it's sometimes worth it. I don't think those are tarpons there. Usually the tarpons will be over on this side, but let me cast off over there. Good speed and everything, but no fish to be found. Oh, there's great speed on there, but just the fishes are not there. And I'm sure those there may not be tarpons. I'll head towards them, but I don't think those are tarpons. They don't strike now. This is not. It's possibly not. These are not tarpons. You got the speed is right and everything is right. Yeah, speed was like perfect. What was this? The sun's just right smack in your face. Can't see nothing. Tarpons usually generate around here. Till these, to that second pole there in the distance, right there. And I don't see them popping up there. Oh, that was one. That was just a good pop right there. Yeah, they may be like deeper or something. Just had a. I just had one trying to attack it. Speed and everything's great, but no fish in that area. I see on the distance, you see like a white line out there. That could be splashes out there. Tarpons could have moved them. I'm trying to get this sun off, this brightness out of my face. Staring into a light ball. Usually they're gonna be in the splash areas, but you get lucky sometimes. Yeah, everything's in right speed. Let me see if I can move because they should be here. I'll bring up my other fishing gear. I can start catching fish. That's right now just tarpon I'm after right now. Because there's a lot of bonefish here, a lot of the snooks are out there. With this lure, usually it's just the tarpon ones you're gonna get. What I find interesting about this game is like you see the other rod, it's a lighter rod, and I'm almost sure it might have the same lure. And you get the tarpon. The problem with that rod is you're gonna have to put the drag really down, and you're gonna be like quite a while trying to bring in that tarpon. Then you move up to a heavier line, you put the same lure, and you have this problem where nothing is biting. I mean, as far as tarpons go, anything like that. Yeah, see that? And I played Fishing Planet for a very long time, on and off. And it's usually you'll get problems with an update. Let me see what I got in my inventory. Yeah, I may just end up gearing this. And we're gonna go with one of these. Let me go use this fishing rod for a bit. Okay. What I gotta do is put the drag down in case a tarpon gets into it. See the drag? See what? The drag was pretty damn high. Look at where it was, man. No wonder the damn thing was lost. Alright, I don't know what's out there, but I think these are going to be bonefish or the snooks. I may have the wrong lure on there. Let's see what else I got here. Some of these lures are too light for this rod. I'll still use them anyway. See, it's gonna say too light. You're not gonna get the ultimate cast, but you can still cast. I got some funny looking. It starts doing like a weird dance to it. Slow it down a little bit. Almost like it's stuck in the bottom. Yeah, I might have to check my the fishes I caught in here before, see what kind of lure I use, because I'm almost sure I used this one, but Not having luck today with this stuff. And I probably maybe didn't bring the right on. I only brought one spoon cast. It's not like. Should have brought some. Let me check this way aside because sometimes the tarpon start jumping around here. I could start casting off. Some games get a little bit too slick. You know what I mean? There's a game out there that I play once in a while. It's a hunting game. And the problem with that hunting game is you'll walk for like a million miles just to find any kind of thing. I mean, you can walk slow and creep around, and it gets on your nerves. Alright? Because, you know, you're supposed to be in a hunting reserve. And if you're in a hunting reserve, that means they stock up the game. They bring in the game a lot of times, and they just stock it up. You know, they put new game every season, you could say. But you should be able to find stuff instead of just walk around for miles and miles and miles and don't catch nothing and don't see anything out there. All right, I am perplexed here today. What the heck? What the heck is out here? Because I mean, by now I would have had, I think, half of my net would have been filled, maybe even filled to the top. And like I say, I haven't played in about maybe like almost 2 months. But it's still like, what the hell? Did they change something here? I mean, should have like all kind of fish by now. Let me change this way a little bit. And it's just like nothing. Like them just like catching, there's nothing on there. Like a lot of splashes, but no fish. And brought in one fish today. Finally, something got on the hook here. It's probably gonna be a snook. I know it's not a tarpon, that's for sure. Looks like a bonefish. There you go, bonefish. There's one bonefish there. That's what I tell you. I don't think the tarpons are going to be on this side here. I got one bonefish there. Probably another bonefish if I catch another one. What you have is, on this side you'll get a lot of these bonefish, and on this side you get a lot of the snooks over here. And on this side you'll get the tarpons, but I don't see anything as far as tarpons on this side. I just don't see it. Let's see if I can get a snook out there. I don't have the right lure actually for it. Didn't bring it. It's a better lure than this. There we go. Okay, that's not a fish. That probably got stuck or something. It's got snag or something down there. Yeah. Yeah, no action to it. It was just straight pull. It was probably something stuck. Come back on this side. We got some up here. Wait a minute. I got a little close ones here. Huh. Any splashes over, that's going to be probably tarpon. This is still bonefish, I think, here. And I don't got the right lure for the snooks there. It's a different type of lure for them. There you go. That may also be a snook there. It's got a little deep. Maybe not. Maybe it's not a snook. Maybe it's a red drum. Could be a drum. He's pulling. He's taking me for a ride. I don't want to give him too much drag on here. Yeah, this guy's pulling. Think about it. I got a 70 pound rod here. Not 70. This is actually a 40 pound one. The other one's 75. It looks like a. Yeah, it definitely looks like a bonefish. No, it's actually a snook. There you go. She's a beauty. This will be a keeper. That means you got a couple more in this time. That's another one right there. Let's see. That's though normally the way I should be fishing like that. One after another instead of waiting 3 hours to get a fish. This is a smaller fish. Maybe bonefish. Let's see. Yeah, it's same snook. 7 pounder. A little bit more than 7 pounds than that. Yeah, that's the right time now. Gotta be careful. Sometimes tarpon's not gonna show up now. I got good speed and everything on this rod. See if we get a couple more. You know, they do a really good job on this game with a lot of things. Okay, I just want to look behind me to see if any splashes back here. Tarpons would usually be back here somewhere. That over there, no, I don't think that's tarpon. What I'm at promise, I'm in like in the middle of them, and you don't want to put yourself like right on top of them. Can't get no play on your rod and on your lure. Too close to them. Cut across that side, see what happens. And lures are kind of tricky sometimes. Sometimes you get 1, 2, or 3 hits, and all of a sudden it just dies. And then you change over the lure and you start getting hits on that dies, and you have to like kind of change back and forth. And the other times you actually fish the entire time with the same lure. It's kind of hit and miss. See right now? There's about the same fish out there. If I want to catch any tarpon, it's going to be around this time. Let me start moving this boat over here. Those over there, that's not tarpons, that's something else. They're too close to the shore there. When I start, I don't think these are. Usually you'll see the tarpon. You'll actually, for whatever reason, tarpon come out of the water. They stick their heads out of the water on this game. I don't know why, but you know, sometimes it could happen. But I've, I don't know, I've done a lot of fishing in my life, and I don't remember seeing it. Let me see. We'll see what else is gone there. I'll lower my drag here. It's kind of high. I just like to have it in the middle, in case anything big comes. You're not gonna end up losing everything. Over here you may have those red drums, also. And this lure here may not get them. Let's speed up my lure a little bit. There we go. Oh, that was a good bite. Had something there. There we go. He's on there now. Might be a red drum, let's see. Get a little drag on there. I'm gonna do it, overdo it. See what we got coming in there. This is why I don't put the anchor in. Let them tire out. Let them pull the boat to get some tire. And instead of busting your line, this might be a red drum. No, it's actually a snook there. Big one. An 8-pounder. Not the big ones. I caught them bigger than this. That's $400 for that. I wish fishing was that like that, where you make $400 off one fish, man. Now I had splash back here. This is interesting. This could be tarpon. Let me change my rod. All right. Where's my rod? Just in case this back here is tarpon. I caught him many times right here. And the sun does not help. There you go. You want to get at least 3 on a popping. 2, I mean. It's just not, it just don't feel like those are the ones. See if I can back off of here. Thing is, I have not seen anybody here on this side here. I haven't seen no splashes here at all. Usually it'd be like right where that stick, that dead tree is at right there, where I'm gonna cast to, right there. You'll see the splashing there, and that will be tarpons. Maybe today they're off or something. So we got a couple of snooks in there, and a bonefish. It's just not happening. And I don't see no splashes there, so I'm gonna go back and try to get more fish here. I'll keep an eye on this, because maybe as the sun sets, maybe they'll start appearing there. Let me go back to my number 1 rod. Wait a minute. This is like wrong. Where's that number 1 rod? Right there. And I'll try to bring in a couple more of these snooks in. Find out where they're at right now. That's a good thing about when I was a kid, lived in the Florida Keys. You can do a lot of fishing. Doesn't seem like anything bought right there. Nothing. Let's check out this side, see if there's any splashes. Splashes right over here. I don't see any of the tarpon splashes. All I see is these smaller splashes. And now it could have been. There actually could be somewhere else. There you go. I just had a good bite there, but no taker. Probably another snook there. Oh, this way. This guy's pulling the boat and everything. I'm not letting up on him. Yeah, this guy's pretty powerful here. Might be a big snook. Yeah, it looks like a snook. I don't think it's no tarpon. Tarpon would have been a lot the greater. The pull would have been a lot better, stronger. Yeah, I'd like to get you in here today. Sometimes when these fishes get like that, you start following them around with your motor. That looks like a pretty good size one here. Let's see if I can get away with a little bit more drag on it. Just barely get away with a little bit more. I'm really in testing. You can say I'm really in pushing it now. Let me chase him with my motor a little bit. Try to get him closer. There you go. He's almost on. He's almost there. Yeah, this one's it's a good puller. Get him out to the shallows there. Oh, he's coming down. Now I'm trying to control the motor and everything with one. He's almost there. There you go. Let's see what we got here. There you go. That's a nice one. Look at that 25-pound one. 25-pound on that little devil there. Let's see something here. Huh? Check it out. Yeah, good sized fish. Smile for the camera, dude. Man, you got a heck of a sunburn. He looks like he's got a terrible sunburn there. Alright. So that is definitely a keeper. Let's see what else we get out here. Good sized fish there. Let's see if we get lucky and the tarpon start generating out here, because they start popping up. It'll be around this time right now that if you don't, I don't see them at all. It's a good possibility the tarpons are not here. There might be down there when I went earlier today. That's where the tarpons are at. So I'm not gonna move all the way down there. I'll just wait. I'll just come back out and because I don't have the nighttime gear here. Oh, let me get my drag is down. Not drag. Let me get my drag down. My drag is my drag is low. I just had something on there. Yeah, my drag. Don't you never had your drag more than half? At least on this game, that's the way I have it most of the time. It's like half or maybe less, in case you get something big. As you notice, I lost. That was probably a tarpon, the one I caught that first time there. All right. I got the bigger fishes coming out this time. And I've been in this kind of setting. I mean, this is like really, really the sound of the birds, the water, and everything else being quiet. Around this time, when the sun's beginning to set. I mean, I've been in places almost exactly like this. I can almost smell the salt water, you say, and just the atmosphere. They do a good job. You know, there are other fishing games out there that's pretty good, but I don't know. This one's like on a class by itself. When it comes to fishing, simulators. I think Fishing Planet is like nothing out there's gonna beat it. You might be on so there's ones out there that they come, they're pretty good, but not at this level. There we go. There's one right there. The action on the rod and there's one out there that it looks like the guy is in slow motion, uh, reeling in the fish, and it's really frustrating to look at it. Like, what the hell is that, man? I didn't think this thing look like he wants to ring in the fish. Me get a little bit more drag on there. I think get away with a little bit more. You guys, maybe some of you guys may have actually played that game, and it's a good game. It's like it's almost like one of the top ones out there, but they have never fixed that. All right, there you go. $1,000 with that. That was pretty good price on that. There you go. I moved up to the next level. Actually, like I tell you, I'm on PC. I'm like 50 something, I believe, on PC. I know I'm a high level on PC. I'm almost like, I think I only have maybe 1 or 2 locations left. But on PlayStation, I'm actually doing this one on PlayStation. I'm still here. Had to start everything from the bottom up. I'm still here on level 26. So, yeah, it seems like the tarpons are not going to generate iron. So we're gonna have to bring. I didn't bring no. There has been no red drums out here today. I haven't caught any. Well, these tarpons are still biting. I mean the snooks here. Right now I got about 68 pounds on the pin there. I got a 551 pound pin, so if it would have been like other days, I probably would have had more than half, maybe even completely. I completed many times the pin where I caught a lot of fish. But because I started out chasing tarpons in a place where there is no tarpons right now today, kind of wasted my entire day trying to get them tarpons. See what's back over here. Right behind the boat. Let me swing away a little bit. Right at those mango trees right there. Oh, I'm on the mango tree. Almost on it. Still, I probably took some. I probably ended up breaking something off it. Yep, that's what I did. I'm still trying to get this part. What is it they want us to do with this stuff? Maybe a fire or something. I don't know. I think maybe in the future they got some plans for that. I don't know. I think one time I caught one of those branches. They did give me some points or something. For the most part, man, I'm dancing here now. I'm trying to turn that way. But I don't know. There's like, I think a shoe you get some points, or you get some kind of reward if you catch a shoe. And sometimes when you catch one of these mangroves roots. And being in Florida, when I was in Florida, that's what these trees you see there, those are the same kind of trees you see all over the shore. A lot of those mango trees. There you go. That is another snook. There you go. An 8-pounder there. Not bad. Now I do a lot of fishing. Oh, wait a minute. This is behind me. That's where the tarpon should be at. Let me swing back over there and see what happens on there. I don't think these are tarpons. I don't know if I just get the feeling they're not going to generate over here today. And they may be somewhere else completely different today. But no, I don't think that's tarpons. They look like the snooks in there. Let's see. Oh, I'm beginning to wonder if those are tarpons. They won't go out till this kind of lure, almost sure. I just had something go after that lure right there. Oh, okay, that's not a tarpon there, I'll tell you that. There you go, there's another one there. There's all snooks out here. Snook is snook, okay. We can make some progress here with a snook. You can fish off the docks. When there's tarpons, you'll catch tarpons off the dock. And I notice a lot of people use a lot of the live baits to catch the tarpons, and some people put a couple rods, and they do okay. I have my bigger rods on the other on the PC, and I can put the baits on this. This one I don't have those kind of rods, and I don't want to just spend like you know all this time trying to bring in one tarpon. You know, on this one I catch a tarpon, I can bring him in right away. No, not right away, but at a pretty good speed. Not like some with these other rods. I catch that fish, and all the other fishes just will disappear. What time is it here? Because at 9 o'clock the sun just drops. Black. It doesn't fade into it. And you kind of like look at this game. You say, well, no, it's a really advanced game. All they got to do is find a way to get that sun to fade into darkness and not just drop into darkness. And it's just like somebody turned on the light switch, which is it's just an odd way of doing it. I don't see where in the heck is anybody at. There's some splashes over behind me, but they're kind of close. This one's really close. Let me move a little forward here. What I'll do is I cast over there a little bit. Now, I've had days like this where the tarpons seem not to be around, and at the last moment of the last hour, you could say, of the daytime, I was able to catch one or two. There you go. Oh, that's another one. Something being snagged there. I don't know what it is. If it's the pole or what the deal is. I keep snagging something in that area. Something like it was an underground log or something. I mean, underwater log or something. Right there. Yeah, I know a couple of years ago I used to go out and do the live broadcasts, but the problem was I didn't have a good internet connection. And now with all this 5Gs, it's made it a little better to broadcast these games live. And I just get a lagging and all this kind of problems. As I'm broadcasting this game, I'm watching the game to make sure the laggings doesn't start affecting the game. You start dropping all these, the frames start to drop, and the game just doesn't look good. People they just don't like it. I don't like it myself. Okay, I'm looking back here to see if there's any goings on there with the tarpons, but I see something did splash behind me, but doesn't seem like it. Let me position myself a little better here. That's you get the splashes is pretty much where you're going to be throwing in your lure. And so far this lure's been okay. As far as the snooks go, I haven't got any red drums or like I said, tarpons or anything like that, but at least the snooks and a couple bonefish. Yeah. A lot of splashes over there. I just want to try here, in case for whatever reason the tarpon may generate out here. Let me bring out my rod again. Tarpon rod. The one I'm using for tarpon. And I've actually just around this time I caught a couple of them, even on days when they seem not to be out here. Alright, maybe we'll get lucky here. Use it up here in case some of these tarpons might be mixed in with the snooks. Okay, we got something here. I don't know what it is, but I got something here. I don't think it's a tarpon. It's just coming in too fast. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, big snook. 12 pounder. Alright, so we got a 12 pounder in there. See if we can get another one there. So now they're going for this lure here. Usually it's just the tarpons going for this lure. We can get another one in here. Sometimes you're getting right up to the boat. Right now I'm kind of close to where they're doing their activity, you could say. Kind of back it up a little bit here. This boat is a great boat. You can get the little package. You could say that you have to buy a separate, but it's a great boat because you can get around different places. I believe it comes with a couple of good rods, and even the island is included. If you get the crab island, I think they're still included on the DLC with that yeah, I think it's a DLC package. They're still included in there, and it's one of the better package, I think, because you get the boat, and I believe you get a couple rods. Been a while since I got it, and you can do some good fishing. And this island here, fishing is really good on this island, on this crab island. You can catch all kind of stuff because if you go inside the interior, pass in there, then you can get all kind of other fishes in there. And out here you start getting a lot of the tarpons and this kind of stuff. But on the interior, you get some big mouth bass, and I believe that you get some of those. It's even catfish, I think. I just don't fish the interior almost never of the island. Most of the time, I just fish out here. That's where I see the bigger fish coming to. What is that? Is that a fish or? That was a fish or not? Yeah, there's no tarpons here today. I can tell you that. I mean, it doesn't look like you would have had a lot of them in that where this little tree sticking out of the water here. You would have had a lot of splashes in, and I don't see none of that today. So they could have moved, or we'll see. Maybe the temperature of the water is not right. There you go. Now this is interesting. No, it's moving too fast to be. Yeah, it could be a tarpon. This could be a tarpon. This actually could be a tarpon. Let's see. If it is a small tarpon. There it is. There's your tarpon. There, I told you sometimes I catch them right there. And that's the beauty right there. That is a tarpon. Let me see it. There it is. Not a big tarpon. Small tarpon. Let me see if I can get up there a little bit. But you notice where I shot it to a, you don't see him jumping out there. It's just the small ones right now. But this is actually a small tarpon here. But, okay, it's good. So there you go. We did get a tarpon there. Let me keep that one. Let me keep putting it out there because that's about. I hit him like I'll get around two or three of them. But here it is. You see no splashes. There's 0 splashes there, and you see that I continued to cast there even though there was no splashes, and got a tarpon. Maybe I'll get lucky and get another one on there. What you have a lot of times is you'll see the splashes in the big, and that's when you see the bigger tarpons. You'll end up catching the bigger ones. I didn't even thought it was going to be a tarpon because the way it was coming pretty fast. But we got lucky. And this is around the time the tarpons, like I tell you, there's a bridge down there in Florida Keys. And I think it's the 3 Mile bridge that they have down there. It's been a long time since I've been down there. And I don't know if they still have it, but there was a side bridge that used to be part of the old bridges that they had, and they left them there. You should be able to, a lot of people started to fish. Well, they were allowed to fish on those older bridges. They were no longer in service. But I don't know if they actually still are there. Haven't, like I said, haven't been there a very long time. I don't know if they left those bridges there, but you could fish there. And around this time we see the sunset, you'll see the tarpons down in below the bridge. You could see 5, 7 tarpons down there. I'm trying to get this bopper to work, and it's not working right. It works right, but just before it gets on the boat. Try one more time. See, there was no splashes there. The thing about the tarpons is, a lot of times you gotta do more like fly fishing for those tarpons. You gotta use that kind of equipment on tarpons, the fly fishing rods and this kind of stuff. Because these giant fishes are eating these really small stuff. you know. And I caught tarpons about the size that you see the that guy was holding here. Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be no more tarpons. And they can really they have some strength in them. They can pull your rod, man. They can break your rod pieces and throw it back at you. Break it to 2,000 pieces and throw it back to you. That's a tarpon. That was a tarpon. Yeah, that was a big tarpon actually. You seen the tail come out of the water. That was a good sized tarpon there. It's just like they're sporadic all over the place today. You see, again, you don't see the splash, but I know that was tarpon because I see a big tail come out of the water. I'll get another one here. It's just this. It doesn't stay with the. It don't stay with the game here. But I think if you would have been on the, I had a friend of mine who was always trying to catch him, and I said, "You're never gonna catch him." It just he was using the techniques he was using to catch it. Just not gonna. It's not the proper way. Not the using the wrong things to catch it. There, that's a tarpon right there. Yeah, that's a big tarpon right there. That should be a big tarpon. Yeah, maybe move my motor towards him. He might take you for a drag earlier. Yeah, he is pulling here. Oh, it's not a big one. I thought it was a big one, but it's not. Still good sized tarpon there. There it is. It's close by, really close. There it is. I'm sure that's tarpon. There it is. There you go. 59-pound tarpon. There you go. Now we're getting bigger here. $4,232 for that tarpon there. All right. Yeah, that's a good tarpon there. Let me get a look. Picture. That should be bigger than the one I had before. There you go. She's a beauty, huh? Catch and release type of deal for these kind of tarpons. If you actually caught them for real, not much you can do with them. I don't know. I've never heard of anybody that actually eats any of these tarpons. I don't think you eat them. I think they got too much bones or something in them. I know people catch them, but I never. I just thought about that. I never actually heard of anybody actually. I don't think you eat these tarpons. And I've been in the Keys for a long time. And a lot of the people that catch these tarpons on the Keys are not even native to the Keys. There's a lot of tourists. They use them as, they catch them and they release them. Oh, there you go. But I've never heard of anybody actually eating tarpons. Or people eating sharks, but I think maybe the fish just, it's not that it's not edible. It's just not. Just people don't like them. I gotta be careful with some of the fish. They eat smaller fish. And the deal with that is that, like, if you get barracudas on the reef, some people will eat the barracuda. If you, because most of the people that will eat these barracudas are fishermen who understand the deal with fish. And not only that, but you also got the other kind of species out there. They're more like predator fish. And the thing about predator fish is they eat smaller fish. Of course, they go after the smaller, mostly, especially the ones on the reef. And the ones on the reef is where they become kind of dangerous. If you eat them, you could really get screwed up and may even die from it. All right. And that's why some don't take a chance on it. But what the deal is if you look at a clownfish, all right, clownfish, they hang around those sea anemones, poison ones. They're actually getting stung a lot of times, and they start making almost like an immune system for it. But a lot of these little fishes, they'll eat a lot of the poison corals. All right. So the toxic builds up inside the small fish. And then if you got a barracuda or a predator fish, big fish on the reef, and it starts eating a lot of these little fishes that have ate the toxic coral, all right, then the big predator fish starts getting, I got something here. Let me see what I got in this Snook. The big predator fish, small Snook. The big predator fish starts building up the toxics inside them. And then you come along, you might catch yourself one of those big predator fish, and it could even be a shellfish, it could be a marlin or something like that. Some people actually eat those. And you go and you eat one of those, and you can get extremely sick from it, or even, like I said, some people might even die from it. I remember there's a friend of mine. I was fishing off one of the Caribbean islands, and he noticed there was a small boat in the distance, but it seems to be just sitting there, and they didn't see no life in it, like there was nobody there. And out of curiosity, he thought maybe somebody needed help or something, because it's just a small. It was not. It's like a fishing boat, what it was. But he didn't know there's no activity on it, and it was like middle of daytime, and he just seen it kind of. He just felt like there was something strange going on there, and he headed over there to the boat, and he got up to it, and it was anchor, and he could hear some moaning sounds from within the boat. And when he announced himself that he was coming on board, somebody says to come in, and he got in. And he found himself three of the local fishermen from that Caribbean island, who were poisoned by a fish that they ate earlier, or the night before. And he was able to then get some help, call up for some help, but they could have died. They was just too weak, too screwed up, and they could have died. So they gotta be really careful with fish. The ones on reef, predator fish especially. Gotta be careful with all these. Let's see. We're here. We're about. It's almost the sun's about to drop, and I mean drop. I mean like it turns off. Kind of an odd way. Well, we did accomplish the mission of a couple of tarpons here, which was what I set out to do today. Let's see if we get lucky, get another one out here. Or something else. There's a tarpon right there. There you go. That's a tarpon. Just got him there. I think that's a tarpon. No, that's not a tarpon. There was a tarpon next to him. It was trying to reach for it, didn't it? Okay, well, this is a big one. That's a record, man. Well, that's a record. What a new record. It can't be a record. Just got a bigger snook a while ago. No, I guess it is a record. 36 pounder. And a good sized fish. See what it looks like here. There she is. Huh? Good sized one. Yeah. Look at that. There we get to the sun oil. So you can see the with the sun brightness there. Wait a minute, make it back away. There you go. Look at that. Alrighty. Good sized fish there. So that's a record. See, the thing is, I caught him before on my PC. That's why I said, oh, it looks like something bigger. I caught him bigger. So right now I'm up to 244 pounds here. That's pretty good. Sun's about to go down. We're like 1 minute away here, and it's gonna drop like a pancake. And I play this game. You see what I mean? You just now it gets into this little bit. Looks like it's going to fall, and then whammo, it just goes to dark, and that's the end of that. And then after that, you're not gonna a lot of these fishes you're not gonna catch them anymore after that. Once the sun goes down, you won't catch these fish. There you go. And now we switch over to night. There you go. It was just a drop, you see. And I don't got no nighttime gear. I still haven't got nighttime gear on this. So if you guys are from Fish Planet, make a nice donation to me about what some nighttime gear. And what you gotta do is you got nighttime. If you're gonna do a little fishing, I'm gonna do a little fishing here at night, but I don't think I'm gonna go too far with it. And you gotta change the lure. I got one. You see that green one right there, number 5? That is the nighttime lure. It says it's light because I'm using a very heavy rod, but it doesn't matter. You can still use it. And you're kind of just casting a lower place because you don't see where the fishes are jumping off here. No, I've been out there like Emerald Lakes, the New York one, and when you use the nighttime lures, you can do pretty good out there. Catch all kind of fish out there. But here, here I have better luck. I'm gonna move to a spot which I'm probably gonna have better luck with the nighttime lure, and it's not here. So we're gonna move to that location. The thing is, I don't have no nighttime gear. I don't have a light here. Let me go and we'll move to a spot. Hang on a second. It's towards the middle of the lake. Alright. Alright. You see the fish finder out there had a couple good sized fish there. But here, if I can find my there's a couple of markers I have out here. I think 1 or 2 markers. I don't know if I still have them here, or even if it's the right game, because I have actually 2 of these fish games on different type of systems. I'll have to pull out the map to look this way. But it doesn't matter because I know where I have an idea where to go to. Yeah, we'll take down a little faster. It's right around here. Alright. Let me see if I still have that marker there. I think I still may have that marker. I think I'm coming up to it. It's in the distance over there. Maybe. It should be around the marker that I have. Yeah, there it is right there. Okay. Back up a little bit. This is nighttime fishing here. And that's that marker that I have that I caught fish before at night there. Let's see if we get any luck on here. Just basically stop and go action. There we go. I thought maybe I had something there. I'm a little close to the marker. Let's try to back off a little bit. Now here you can use some couple bait. You can use bait rod. The thing is, I don't have a really good bait rod, and that's why I'm fishing with lure. Fish out here can get good size, and you have to have a good rod if you're going to be using bait. Now the fish finder doesn't show any indication of any fish here. Now that is with the marker. I fish here at nighttime, and that's why there's a marker there. Today's kind of weird out here. The tarpons are not where they should be at, and where they won't a lot of times are. And some strange activity here. So like I was saying about the this predator fish, when there are reefs, you gotta be careful with them. And there's a couple indicators. I don't know if I should say because I don't, you know, I don't want you guys taking a chance on some of the information. See, as somebody's fished a lot, I have an idea what to look for to see if a fish is poisonous if you can't eat it. I mean, it's gotten sick. You cannot eat it. You may eat a barracuda today and you're fine. No problem. You may eat it 100 times and you got no problems with it. You may eat it one day and if you don't see the signs of the barracuda being sick, you are probably going to end up just like the barracuda. Maybe even dead. Alright, so take a gamble. If you don't know it, if you don't know about it, if you're not experienced, don't mess with it. You know. I mean, many times I ate a lot of barracudas and nothing wrong. It's one of the best tasting fish there's out there. But that's because, as somebody who's fished a lot, I will know the signs I'm looking for. And I was brought up by people that fished a lot, especially out of oceans, who will recognize the signs. Yeah, there's some fishes right now beginning to appear there. Let me see if we'll get them out this way. I don't do a lot of nighttime fishing. It's because I don't have the gear for it. Kind of don't have a lot of the gear for the nighttime fishing. I don't think I brought any other gear with me for nighttime fishing. Just this one lure, nighttime lure. Let me check. Yeah, it's probably the only thing I brought out. Uh, yeah, that's the only thing I brought out. As far as lures for nighttime fishing, that's it. Just that one lure. Alright. Yeah, I don't even try that. Hang on a second. No, there's just nothing I brought here for nighttime fishing. Just that. That was the only lure. That one actually has worked out okay out there in the on the lake, Emerald Lakes. But here we're kind of like here in racket water. We're like seawater, might be totally different. Here you'd probably be better off using bait. When you're out here, like in a place like this, using the bait, shrimp. If this was real fishing, like I'm out in the ocean right now, and this is the area that I'll be in, one of the baits I'll be using will be shrimp. Being this close to the coast, so probably be using shrimp. Alright, and you can also use some squid. You can use, and sardine. Sardines is also good. Now what you do on sardines is you make a little bit of chump and throw it into the water. Take a couple of sardines, smash them up a little bit, and make sure they're really kind of smashed up. What happened to my fishing rod? Let me go back here. I lost the rod. Oh, I went back away. But you can use some Bollywood. What's called? It's that needlefish. Man, I'm losing a lot of the names of these fish. Mullet. You can use mullet too. But for the like this close in to the coast, shrimp's good. And sardine and mullet, I think. I mean, if I'm actually going to go on a fishing trip out here, and I'm going to spend gas and money to go all the way down to the Florida Keys and go fishing and all this kind of stuff, and I end up going to buy. I'm going to buy some mullet. I'm going to buy some sardines. I'm going to buy some shrimp. I'm going to buy some squid. We got something here. I don't know what we got here. Let's see what we got. There's that drum. Yeah, that looks like a red drum there. So we got one red drum. At least he got attracted to that lure. Now, if you're out in the ocean, you should chump up the water, anchor yourself, don't screw up the reef. Drop some chump in there. A lot of blood, a lot of fish, a lot of chump. Hopefully you don't attract too many sharks. And you may get yellowtails and red snappers and groupers and all this kind of good stuff. And when you notice that you're not catching anything, that all of a sudden you're catching fish and everything seems to come to a stop. It's usually because there's a predator fish in the water. Could be a big barracuda, could be sharks. Some predator has moved into the area and scared them off. But other times, actually, fish can. You're there catching fish, and boop, they just stop. They stop. They stop feeding. And sometimes the water gets temperature of the water changes, and they just moves them to a different level. Currents is another thing when you're fishing out in the ocean. If this current is too strong, you're probably not going to catch anything. And if it's too weak, you may not catch nothing. So you got to have it almost in the right spot, the currents. You want some current, but you don't want something that it's really taking the line and just your line is pretty much riding the top of the instead of it's not sinking down. If you put too much weight on it, then the fish just it's also a problem. So it's if you guys ever had to make a living out of being a professional fisherman, let me tell you, it's not easy. Huh. Well, we got that one red drum there. Got a spot out there. Okay. I think I'm going to call it quits it today. We got 220 pounds. Got ourselves a couple of tarpons. Got some bonefish. Got some snooks. And now at the end here we get a red drum, so we did pretty good for here, 220 pounds. And we got a record on the Snooks, so that's pretty good. And we level up one. Okay, so hope you guys enjoy this. Don't forget to give thumbs up. And I like doing the fishing one once in a while. It gets you away from the from all the killing and shooting and all these other games have. From the you know the I'm trying to find a good word for it. The high speed game. That's what I was trying to find. High speed games are they're pretty good. They're pretty exciting, but sometimes you just want to relax a little bit and say, you know what, I'll just do something else. So I pulled in. I try to mix up a little bit here of the kind of games that I play. I play just about anything out here. And you get into GT5 and you're all over the place. Can you compare GT5 to this? Like it's like day and night. GT5 is that action, full of action, all kind of great stuff they're having. But then you got this one. It's kind of slow. There you go, another red drum. Good size one there. All right, that's a good size red drum there. Maybe I'll cast them a couple more times here. See, as long as they're out there. Give me another red drum. So, all kind of games out there. You know, the thing about the fishing simulator is people that have that urge, they want to go fishing. This one here, it's like I say, one of the top ones. They have another one that I would consider like number 2 from this one, and I've done videos on that one too. But this one here, Fish Planet, the action on the rod, the feel to it, the ambience, you could say ambience. It's really good. And if you have an itch to go fishing, but you just can't go for whatever reason, this is a good pastime to use to do some fishing. And if you got like you see on the computer, it doesn't vibrate like if you got PlayStation and you have one of the controller vibrates, it feels like the fish is on there. It feels like you're actually catching a fish. It feels a bit like it, not because you don't have that pull. What you have is a vibration on the controller. It kind of feels like the fish is actually biting or not, because you'll feel it. You'll feel like, when you have a pole, you feel the fish like it's biting at the end of the pole. You're feeling it pull. You get that kind of almost like that same sensation on the PlayStation controller. A bit like it, you could say. So it gives it a little bit more to the game. It adds more excitement to the game. And I think there's a controller out there. I'm almost sure I've seen there's a controller. It's like a fishing rod. I'm not sure how would that play. I never had that, and I'm sure they used to sell it. Yeah, we'll have I guess you'll have different feels on it. So there you go. We had another red drum. It's beginning to maybe rain out here. I'm not sure it's gonna rain out here, but so I hope you guys enjoy that. So we had a fun time out here. At the beginning, we did kind of bad here at the beginning of this game. See my fish finder there. It's got a lot of fish in the water. At the beginning, we didn't catch anything. I was after the tarpons, but the tarpons did not come out as much as I wanted them today. Even though we did get tarpons, but I think we got 3. I think I was able to get 3 tarpons there. But it wasted a lot of time for me to find the tarpons, and they didn't get the really big tarpons, but we got a couple tarpons. So hey, well, I think the biggest one I caught today was like 50 something pounds. So it was still good sized tarpon. But I'm gonna be doing more of these. Just don't forget, leave commentaries on there if you like the fishing, any of the fishing games or any of the games that I play out here. If you like any of them, leave some good commentary. It helps out with the channel, with the program that picks it up, the algorithms, you could say, that checks out the videos and kind of moves up your channel. Thumbs up, and if you put a thumbs up, commentaries and all this kind of stuff, and watch the full game if you can. It really helps out the channel. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you can. Subscribe to the channel. Now, I do pop out here at any time to play these games. So some people, you may hit subscribe, but you may not hit notification because you don't know what time I might be out that morning playing these games. And if you don't like notifications at that time, don't hit the notification, but do subscribe to the channel. All right, so this is what we got. I hope you guys enjoy it, and we'll be playing more of this Fish Planet hopefully in the near future, and maybe even sooner than that, doing some of these games out here. So have a good one, have a blessed one, and I will see you. Bye bye now.